What up, what up, what up, yo? This is Big Time Math coming to you live, talking about A3B. What's A3B? We're going to be calculating the rate of change today. So, taking these three words, I'm going to talk about what they mean and how they relate to something that you did back up in the 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? So, let's talk about rate of change and see what this mug means. You remember the word slope? Slope, it always has that letter that means the letter that stands for M. We talk about the change of y over the change of x. You're like, hey, yo, what does that mean? Well, that's just y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. It's kind of like your rise over run. You've seen all this stuff before, and you get some type of fraction, the change of y over change of x, whatever that came out to, you simplify that fraction and you end up getting slope, all right? So we're going to talk about how you're going to do that today, but the main thing that we're going to talk about is slope. Slope means what? Bam! Slope means rate of change. So when you see the word, or the words, bam, slope, you're going to think rate of change. And when you see rate of change, you're going to think slope, because technically they mean about the same thing, all right? So what is slope and what's rate of change, and how are we going to calculate those mugs? So first thing we're going to do is look at, how about a table? Bam! So I have this table here. It's a vertical table. I've got my x's and my y's. Bam! But you could do a table that's horizontal. It doesn't matter, folks. You're going to get the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you've got your change of y and your change of x. It doesn't matter if I do change of y and then change of x. I'm still going to get the same slope. I'm going to do the math quickly. Watch this mug. So if I get m, which is change of y over change of x, you know what I'm saying? Change colors up in this mug. And then I'm going to say, well, I got 7 minus a negative 8, yo. And then I've got 0 minus a negative 3. Bam. And then I'm big baller shot caller. I see, well, 2 negatives make a positive. That's a fit ain't. You know what I'm saying? And then 2 negatives make a positive. So 0 plus 3 is 3. I'm going to simplify that mug. 15 over 3 is 5. And so 5 is my slope, my rate of change. Bam! Okay, so it doesn't matter what table, what numbers. Watch this. 37 minus 22 is fit ain't. All right, 6 minus 3 is 3. 15 divided by 3, you know what I'm saying? That's what we got right here. You get 5. Let's check out Desmos. We said, let's look at these numbers here. And watch Desmos, man. Desmos is my big baller shot caller. I'm going to go bam right here, right here. First thing you're going to type in is divide. Boom! It already puts your division symbol right there. And on top we got the y, on the bottom got the XX. Say it with me, y, XX, y, XX. So we just showed you, I'm going to move this over here, boom, 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 my y is 37. So I'm going to go, you know what I'm saying, 37 minus 22 up in this mug. And then on the bottom, I got my XX, I got my 6 minus 3, bam! And look, 5. Guys, if you can set this mug up just like that every time, guess what? You're going to find your slope, your rate of change. It's that easy. Y over XX. Y over XX. Only trick is make sure your y value matches your x. See how that 37 was first? 37 was first, so was 6. So 37 and 6 go together, 22 and 3 go together, so that's why I put those. Now, check this mug out. What if I do divide? Bam! Just press divide. And then we try what we just did. 7 minus a negative 8. There's my y. Then on the bottom, I got my 0 minus my negative 3, my XX. Bam! It's 5. It doesn't matter what two numbers I choose. It's always going to be 5 for those tables. All right, so that's how you do a table up in this mug. You got your y and your XX, slope, rate of change. Bam. Okay, what happens if I get a graph? Oh, snap. There's two big baller shot colorways. First, if you see 2 points, they try to trick me. They try to give me some points up in this mug. But look, I see that point there. I see that point there. Go old school. My down 1 over 2. So down 1 over 2 is negative 1/2, which is m, or I could say negative 0.5. All right, so if you can see that right off the bat, then do that. But if you forget and you want to make a table, you can make a table. So how about negative 3, 3.5, and then I've got 2, 1. Then you got your y, your xx, all right? And so y, xx, pull up my lucky table here. So I'm going to clear this mug out. My y is going to be 1, 3.5. So I'm going to go 1 minus 3.5. Oh, snap. Make sure you put your divide first. Bam! So y minus 3.5, that's my y. And on the bottom is my xx, 2 minus a negative 3. So 2 minus a negative 3, bam! And look at that, negative 0.5. You know what I'm saying? YY over XX. And look at that, bam, negative 0.5 and negative 0.5, okay? So folks, I love Desmos. Press divide, do your YY, your XX. You're going to get your answer every single time. Let's see if we got... Now, what happens if it's an equation and it says slope? I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. Slope, if you remember, mx plus b is always the number in front of x. So there it is. Bam! In this case, it is 3. It's the number up, in this case, in front of the x, yo. So let's try another one. Rate of change. That means slope. Now, a lot of people, they jump to the first number, but that's not what it means, Joe. It's the number in front of x. So I'm like, oh, here's bam! In this case, it's negative 7. The number in front of x. Then I'll try one more big baller shot collar. Ooh, snap. This has got a number, parentheses, x's, all that kind of stuff. It doesn't matter, yo, because it's always the slope and rate of change is always the number in front of x. And look, here's x. What's the number in front of that? Bam! It's 0.8. Okay, so if you can remember those tricks of the YY divided by the XX, yo, you will knock these out every single time. Don't forget, it's YY my YY over XX. If you do that, you're going to get your M and the M, my slope. Peace!